What's going on, guys? This is Brian from Quantum Motorworks, bringing you the Trac 4.5-inch spindle lift kit. This is going to be part 3 on the Dodge Ram 1500 Rumblebee edition. So pretty much have everything on: lower control arms, new bushings pressed in, ball joints. Got the Trac 4.5-inch spindle lift arm, or knuckle should I say. New Fox shocks, standard length. It's the original spring, powder coated, and replacement upper control arms. Now this is at full droop, and I don't know if you can tell, that upper control arm ball joint right there is pretty maxed out. Let's see if we can get a better angle of it. It's pretty maxed out. The other thing too is clearance issues. You see right there, the front part of the upper control arm is making contact with the spring bucket. A little bit of a gap right there, so that's gonna be an issue. When this thing's basically, tire gets some air off the road and that suspension drops, the upper control arm is going to basically start hitting the top of that bucket and eventually either break the ball joint or bend the arm, and it'll eventually break. So I went ahead and ordered some Michigan Metalworks upper control arms, which they say they're about 3/4 of an inch longer, so they'll kind of help with the camber issue. It also looks like they're designed a little bit different on the radius, so they claim that it should clear the spring bucket. And it also comes with a more heavy-duty ball joint, or it might even be a Heim from what it looks like. And it looks like it protrudes out a little bit more, which will kind of hopefully alleviate the angle issue that I'm having on this ball joint here. But besides that, so far so good. The other issue that I ran into, I have these, what are these? Suspension Max. What are these? Traction bar links or sway bar links. So I bought an aftermarket sway bar. Okay, this is the new aftermarket sway bar on the bottom, original on the top. The reason why I wanted to replace it is I thought it was kind of bent from an accident. I could be mistaken. It's spring still, so it should be very hard to bend. After laying on some maybe more level concrete, maybe I determined it wasn't so bent, but I had already purchased the one underneath of it. So on the Dodge Rumblebee, comes with a 36mm traction bar. The one underneath it, it's made by ADCO. I believe it's like a 40mm. It's quite a bit larger in diameter. But the other issue too is it's about an inch longer on each end, which makes it have a clearance issue. So I didn't actually fully mount it. I just kind of mocked it up underneath the chassis, and I noticed with the steering wheel straight, knuckles straight, the end of the traction bar was way over the link and actually making contact with the knuckle. So without even having to install it, I'm like, that's not gonna work. So we're gonna see, hopefully the original traction bar actually fits and doesn't have any clearance issues. I also found out that this was a 36mm traction bar because I ordered bushings for a 32mm, and then found out that I guess these Ram 1500s came with different size sway bars depending on what your model, but a 32, 33, 34, and a 36. And then if you want to do some heavy duty stuff, I have this ADCO one. I'm probably going to sell it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use the OEM one. I did order some Energy suspension bushings, which are in the 36mm, and supposed to be a harder or higher density polyurethane composition, which will be probably a little bit better than the rubber ones that are originally on it. And that'll be better for my purposes, what I plan on using the truck for. Nothing heavy duty, just kind of want to get out to the desert. So once those bushings come in, we'll check again to see if there'll be any clearance issues, and then depending on how it is, we may or may not run the traction bar. But this aftermarket one, the ADCO, definitely not going to work with the aftermarket spindle lift kit. Kind of wish I had well, I do still have the original control arms, but they're obviously not mounted anymore, so I don't have no way of telling if if this traction bar would fit and have any clearance issues. They claim it's supposed to be for this 202 through 5 Dodge Ram 1500 two-wheel drive trucks, 5.7 liter. I mean, it looks like it's almost there. It's like, like I said, just an inch longer. So we're not going to run that, and we'll just have to keep moving. So that's the brake line on the driver's side, modified. It actually fits pretty well with their little bracket there. Looks like I'm going to be able to get away with it. That full droop, there's really no tension on it, and when you oscillate the wheel, turn it from left to right, it doesn't seem to pull on the brake line. So I'm thinking this side's going to be okay. All they really did was want you to bend this hard line here and then use their relocating bracket. That's the brighter silver one, and pretty nice. But the passenger side seem to be having clearance issues with the OEM. The kit did come with the stainless steel braided, which I guess is like for the newer model Dodge Rams. And basically the issue is they want you to pull this hard line, but I feel like if I pull on it anymore or move it, I'm going to have clearance issues and it's going to rub up against the frame. So I put this soft one on and it's okay. It still kind of pulls on it. It almost seems like you need a longer brake line, maybe an extra 2 to 3 inches longer than this one right here would have been great. But I don't think the stock one's gonna work, or the ones that come in the kit, which kind of sucks. Did find some aftermarket ones, and they're another 80 bucks, so we'll see. Maybe I'll give it another try and kind of mock the original one up and see if maybe I just was doing it wrong, but I don't think it's gonna work. And then same thing on here too. Clearance issues. The upper control arm is making full, I want to say full contact, but it is touching the spring bucket. So as I said, once that wheel leaves the ground, this thing's gonna be slapping, and eventually break that ball joint or bend the upper control arm. So we'll have to see once the Michigan Metalwork upper control arms come in, and see how everything's gonna fit. And that's pretty much it. So right now we're gonna go ahead and replace the brake pads for our new rotors. Dog pissed on them and I washed them off and they're already starting to rust. So gotta hurry up and get those wheels on, drop the front end, see how it feels, see if I'm gonna be able to use these suspension links here, these tie rod end links. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, hit those comment boxes, and as always, thanks for watching.